Topic 3, coping skills. Feel like this could apply to a lot of things. First of all, coping with online school, online learning. You know, some of your classmates are cheating and it's not really fair. We've talked about that. And we've talked about how it's sometimes more difficult to learn online, although for some people it's better. And also, I guess, with the fact that it's very stressful to be living in a world where there is COVID-19. I mean, um, the world is not in a good state, and I'm sure there's a lot of maybe family and friends that have been affected, and it is, it's scary. I know at least in the beginning, I was very worried for, my grandma, my mom, my dad, and it's a stressful situation. So how do you deal with that stress when, at least for the stress of COVID-19, there's not too much you can do about it except stay safe yourself and your family. Anyone have something to say, or should I call on someone? Dana?
Yeah, during online learning, it was new to us. It was a new experience, but we tried our best to cope with it. For me, was I just got the same high grade, so I started making Zoom meetings and explaining to my friends what they didn't learn and what they missed during online learning. Since in Lebanon, the internet is so slow, and there's also the electricity goes off, so I started to do some meetings in order to explain to them what they have missed. My friend and I did it. So I tried my best to cope with it and help my friends cope with the online learning and every new strategy in technology.
That's really great. I mean, I think it's very important to help your classmates and your friends when they're struggling a little bit. Already with that online learning, people learn differently. Some people have it more difficult to learn in a traditional classroom setting. So I can only imagine how much harder it is to be sitting at home without that, I guess, more stimulating atmosphere of being in a classroom with an actual teacher and, classmates around you. Hasnaa?
One of my family members, my grandma and my grandmother and my grandfather, they have been affected by COVID-19. Thank God they have made it safely, and everything's been good. And there's some of my family members that have died from COVID-19. That was a very bad thing. It struck our whole family as a whole, but we had to endure it. Our family here in the house, we would spread positivity, and we would always smile at each other, since that's a very important thing to do. Because if we don't smile, if we don't spread positivity more, people will only see the depression. We're only going to be sad. So here we coped by the death of our loved ones. We coped by just smiling. We know we should cry in order to relieve ourselves from the pain and the sadness. But at the same time, we had been always smiling at each other in order to hide the spirit, in order to make our spirits high, in order to be happy. It's the only way we could do. We can't go outside. The fun reel wasn't really that big. It's just the very close family. We didn't do the food after the fun reel. We have a tradition that we put food after the fun reel. We didn't do that thing. Many of our relatives just called on the phone to pay their condolences, and that's how we coped with it. Yana. It was very difficult indeed, but we had to do it either way. So thank God for everything.
No, I'm very sorry for your loss, but that is a really great mindset to have during these times. And I feel like everybody could take some of that advice. Because I stayed at home so much and my mom works from home, I saw her every single day for like, I don't know, a year more. And my family is very close, but we go to school and like my dad goes to work, so it's not we see each other 24/7 all the time. So it was definitely different, but there were a lot of good things about it too. Yeah. Hasnaa, you have something more to say?
Yes, I would like to add something. My mother actually is a teacher. So we would be sticking to each other. Her computer would be right next to mine, and I'd be taking the classes, and she'd be giving the students classes, so the students can hear what I can say, and my friends can hear what she says.